Hey guys, reflect everyone here back. Welcome back to Nemesis game final match of the semifinals. Ventus is joining me in the booth, and I'm excited. I'm also getting really bad latency variation, but I guess anyway, we got our final match of the semifinals here: Gravelords versus Whiteout Ventus. We've got a rival league, man. I'm excited. I'm ready. And I don't know, man. We need to get this over with because I think you know what's gonna happen. I think I know what's gonna happen here.
Well, we don't know what's gonna happen yet. I mean, we've both seen the script, so maybe for us casters, we know what's gonna happen. But for the populace, it could be anything could happen. Whiteout, they had some moments of dominance in their series against Ragtag and the Bunch against can't even remember their name. I don't know why, but it's Ragtag, Hoop Cub, and Winter. They played pretty well. I think Whiteout had flashes where they were like super dominant, and other flashes where they were not super dominant. And I think it's all gonna be up to whether all three of these players can come together. And man, let me tell you, Gravelords, they're the team to beat. Unfortunately, they're the number 1 seed. They're the undefeated team. And it's going to take a lot for them to come out on top.
Fun fact for you guys, Gravelords looking to be the first team to go 21-0 in Nemesis Gaming League history. We've had undefeated teams win it all before, but none of them had to play this many games. As Gamebuster looking for the first one, the wave dash was good. Mayo gonna play some defense here, but a little bit of help from Whiteout are gonna put this first goal in the back of the net.
Yeah, unfortunately, just early pressure. Mayo not going to be able to get the turn in time, and the light shot from Silver kind of worked out, kind of threw them off target, and unfortunately the double commit, Evan kind of owned goaling that one, putting it in the back of the net. Not a great start, but this might turn around as Evan is going to look for the shot. The double commit comes through, but the save is able to be nice and easy into the corner for the Gravelords, and they get out, and this actually turns into a counterattack. NK having to jump, Mayo having to jump, double commit comes out, open net, but Evan is not going to be able to find the touch, and Gamebuster is going to be able to find the back of the net on that one. Unfortunate for Evan there, he was not able to read that one off the backboard. Another unfortunate turn of events, and Gravelords early capitalization, early pressure, and even when Whiteout had a chance on the kickoff, it seems like Gravelords were just able to turn that to a counterattack for themselves, playing good boost management, getting good midfield presence early on.
Yeah, and already Gravelords with the 2-0 lead. I have to apologize. Wisps also went 21-0. They're a novice team, so it doesn't really count. It's also Jarhead's Orc, so nobody really counts that one either. But we got to see if this Whiteout team can make their first Grand Finals appearance here, or will another Jarhead Orc try to go 21-0. Again, might be a fake stat. Couldn't tell you. Afterburner looking for a pop-up. Silver with 0 boost. Gotta go off the ceiling here. Evan go for the flip reset, but Silver with 0 boost still dunks him. And I think that's the biggest thing about this Gravelords team. They are just so aggressive. Afterburner though, last man back. Evan just gets to put it on target. And the crossbar rings so loud after that one. And I think the hopes of Whiteout just got shot into the crossbar right there.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a very fun time, especially when you had such a great attack, such a great turn of events with Afterburner making such a misplay. And it's something you don't really see very often is him making mistakes. So when it does come out, you really want to be able to capitalize on. Unfortunately, Whiteout not going to be able to. But Whiteout has had some pressure. They've had more shots. They've had more chances. And Mayo might going to they're going to leave it for NK, though. And that is going to find the back of the net. Evan beating out Afterburner, able to close the gap a little bit. Evan able to make up for that previous missed touch and mistake not leading to a goal. Unfortunately, could have been a 2-2 series or 2-2 game right now. It's gonna be 2-1, but Whiteout looking to stake their claim. They are out shooting 8-3 at this point, and Gravelords really just kind of utilizing those transitions and utilizing the counterattacks and capitalizing on Whiteout's mistakes.
Whiteout so far really doing the bulk of it, and NK is gonna get the clear there. Ventus, let me know if I am robotic, because I feel like I am lagging a lot, and I don't know why, but it's so far it has been a very defensive game here for Gravelords, and I wonder You know, is that part of their strategy here? Because Whiteout usually, in my opinion, is the defensive team, but Afterburner is going to get the goal there.
Yeah, I mean, I can only imagine. I think Gravelords probably are playing this playstyle on purpose. They did recently beat Whiteout, I believe, 7 games to 0 in a recent scrim, and so they definitely have Whiteout's number. They know exactly how they play. They know exactly how to counter it. And so I think maybe it's a slightly different playstyle from this team, which is why it seems that they're making more mistakes. But it seems to also be working out really, really well against this Whiteout roster because it's making them overcommit. It's making them extend the rotations and kind of use more resources that they don't have on defense. And the crossbar miss there from Gamebuster is going to make it so they can't capitalize on that one.
Yeah, and once again, this Whiteout team continuing to put up shots, but not really putting up the goals, and it feels like you're not able to score. Well, it looks scored on Afterburner from the pass from Silver, not going to go through, but Gamebuster continuing to apply that pressure, and Whiteout once again just I feel like they're almost helpless sometimes, but Mayo in the air not helpless as Afterburner gets a nice 50 there. That one is going to be cleared by Evan, and the shot was there. Silver was able to make the save, and now off the backboard here, Silver looking for the clear out. Gamebuster going to leave that one as Evan just has to pop that one up high. Afterburner going to get the beat on him. Gamebuster in the corner, going to look for the double, going to try to get a follow-up as well. Gets a nice dunk. The follow-up from his teammate going to be there. Afterburner looking for the drop down to Silver. This, all 3 committed, but Mayo can't get the clear, and Afterburner grabs the boost as well. Gamebuster had 100 and able to get that touch, able to get the follow-up. Evan, who was floating, able to get that save. 3-1 lead here for Whiteouts, and most importantly, for Gravelords, and most importantly, they've done it while still, like, not looking perfect. Like, I feel like this Gravelords team, they can still improve throughout the series. This Whiteout team, they've got to find a way through. They've got to see some more signs of life here as Nuki able to get the 50. Evan trying to find the pass, and the offense, like I said, it feels like there's one shot, and then there's a save, and then the offense is done for Whiteout, and I feel like they got to get some more sustained offense here. It's just, in this game 1, you're just going to you're looking for some answer, some hole in this Gravelords team that you can expose for me, so whenever I play in the grand finals, that I can beat them. But Afterburner, looking for the touch, looking for the follow, 30 seconds remaining. Whiteout kind of sitting back too much, and that's kind of their game plan. But against a defensive team like Gravelords, it's just so hard to counterattack against the Ventus. And with 20 seconds left, this game's all but over. The Whiteout, they just don't have any offense, sustained offense, to really put up the pressure and get these 2 goals back. So the Gravelords, I think they had a good game plan going in, good passes, good shots. That one going to ring off the crossbar, but still, you see this Gravelords game plan really kicking in here, and these guys, they're just dominating this Whiteout team.
Yeah, and I mean, you can see a lot of the times all 3 players of Whiteout really low boost, having to just full dive commit with basically 1 or 2 pads on this Gravelords squad. They're able to just tap it around, continue their assault, continue their pressure, and even though they were able to score most of their goals on counterattacks, Whiteout, they weren't able to do much with that long sustained pressure that they had in the first half. It all went awry in the second one, the second half of game 1, where they were just forced to take pop shots on net and then rotate back because of all the boost that was being stolen from them and all of the bumps and demos that were being on the back line. So Gravelords just started to ramp it up towards the end, kind of put them back on the back foot. And even when Whiteout had those chances, they weren't able to convert. You had that empty net miss from Evan, and really just got to convert more on your chances if you're Whiteout.
Yeah, and whenever my team played Bearcats in the semifinals, it was always we outshot them, we had more pressure, we did not finish the ball, and that's what allowed Bearcats to win 3 games, it felt like, and that's what kept them in the series. This Whiteout team, you're the underdog. If you're not hitting your shots, oh goodness gracious, this might be a quick series. You have to be on your A game, and against an undefeated team, you got to be on your A game. As the demo came out, a good touch there from Evan, but Gamebuster was on top of that one. Mayo able to get back, NK able to get back to it as Mayo gets the clear downfield. Trying to read that one off the corner, gets the pass across mid, but Gamebuster and net is going to have that one cleared all the way out. 0 boost, he doesn't care, he's still going to go. Gets a nice 50. Silver looking for a catch. Evan doesn't get the touch. Silver with the pop. Mayo in the corner, able to get the clear, but that clear only as far as Gamebuster hitting that one back to his own corner. A little bit awkward touch. Nuki not able to get the follow, but oh my goodness, what a touch there from Nuki. Or I think that was, sorry, that was Evan. I really couldn't see. They came flying past the screen there and almost resulted in a goal. And crazy touches like that might just be what you need to get past this Gravelords defense here. Afterburner not able to make that read. And Silver playing just far back enough to get that one and trying to find a follow-up, looking for the double off the ground, not going to follow it, but Mayo still continuing to put this pressure on. No touch there, and now the counterattack begins for Gravelords, and I feel like this is going to be the tale for these two teams. It's going to be some offense into a counterattack, into maybe someone scoring. That's just how these two teams like to play, Ventus, and I think Gravelords, they do it to a little bit better extent, especially on the offensive end, but this Whiteout team, and you're playing their style, they can really ramp it up and start playing that way too, and they can be really good. But so far, 0-0 here. No crazy goals as Evan got that sidewall read. No crazy attempts, I should say, so far, Ventus. And I feel like these two teams, they have the exact same play style, so it's going to be hard to, for either one of them to crack.
Yeah, and you just see they're not doing anything fancy. They're just trying to beat players out to the ball. Great clear there, but not going to be enough as this one's still in the half of Whiteout. It seems like Whiteout struggling a bit more to deal with the pressure that this Gravelords roster is able to create. And when they do have those counterattacks, like you said, they just have not been able to convert on them. And I think that Whiteout, they just need to keep playing their game. I think that their chances will come. I think that they need to keep making some good touches on the ball. Their rotations have not looked bad. They've settled in a lot since game one, where they made a couple big errors, and I think that it's going to be a game of capitalization. Whether or not you can capitalize on the mistakes, whether or not you can get a couple of demos to free up some space as well, and whether or not you can starve your opponents out and kind of hold pressure. This is an awkward ball. This is a miss from two players on the Gravelords, and Whiteout biding their time, waiting for the mistake, finds it and capitalizes.
Yeah, and Mayo that's the kind of play you have to make. Your second man, there's somebody behind you, you have to go for that ball. A lot of players will be like, oh, I thought they were going to hit it. Don't care. Go for the ball. They suck. Get in their face. Don't make a mistake. You just got to be there to capitalize. Evan now looking to capitalize on that one, but the 50 was huge from Silver. And Gamebuster, like, that's the thing about this team. They trust so much. Gamebuster was ready to follow that one up immediately. Able to get a touch mid here. Nuki able to get one, but Afterburner in the air is able to follow that one up, and a pop from Silver towards the backboard, but Evan gonna be there for the clear and gonna get some help from After as well. Evan looking for the 50. Nuki really awkward here. Mayo driving in as well. 30 boost. Looking for the pop. That shot getting saved away by Silver, but not the best save in the world. Nuki not gonna have time to get to that one. Evan though, barely not able to get the touch as Silver was able to clear that one away. Now Mayo in the corner, off the pass from Nuki. Mayo with one touch, looking for the flip reset here, not going to have the boost for it, so it's going to be Nuki taking control in the midfield. And that one towards the backboard where Afterburner's waiting. Afterburner looking for the double, but Evans going to send that one mid. Silver on the backboard after Gamebuster just got demoed. Silver looking for some solo play, that's the kind of play that Gravelords are just so good at. They're good at buying time for their teammates, let them respawn, get some boost, and try to keep this ball out of their own net. Nuki not going to let that happen easily, though, but the shot not going to be there. Nuki's 0 boost still being a nuisance, and that's what we saw in that series versus Arrival. Nuki's downfield being a nuisance, being annoying, and on the defensive end, you have Evan and Mayo just trying to lock it down. So far, it's working for Whiteout. There's still a minute remaining, though, in this Gravelords team. They're not going to go down, lose a game without a fight.
Whiteout has had really good presence in the midfield. They haven't been really needing boost. They've been pretty topped off. They've been holding the line so that the Gravelords have not been able to really get shots on target. That was their first shot of the entire game, and it came in the last 40 seconds of the match. And this is a missed touch there from Silver, an open net from NK. I thought that one was off, but NK is going to be able to put that one home. Whiteout 2-0 lead, and it seems like Gravelords just a couple missed touches here and there, and not playing as cleanly as I normally see them doing. And Whiteout just able to take some free chances, some free goals, and Gravelords seem to be kind of panicked in this game, losing this one. They hadn't been able to generate any offense past the midfield line, and I think it got the best of them. I think they started to overcommit, they started to double commit, and they started to get a lot more missed touches or not as high quality touches because they're trying to speed up to get those beats. And Whiteout just patiently waiting. They held on long enough, they got the opening, and unfortunately it was on the missed touch of Silver there. But Gravelords look like they're going to be losing this game number 2 and going 1-1 in the series.
Yeah, and obviously a huge win here for Whiteout. Gravelords have this problem sometimes where they just pass you the ball. Like it's not like a player just it's blatantly like a touch over their own teammate into a pass to you, where it happens one game. Like it happened whenever we played them one game. Whenever Hydra played them, it happened one game. In the regular season, I should say. Whenever Distortion played them in the first round, Distortion blew them out one game. It happens. I don't know why, but Gravelords, I feel like they're always due one little hiccup. They just got their hiccup out of the way. Now, this is not to discredit what Whiteout just did, because I think they played a very solid game, but it wasn't perfect by any means. They didn't create a whole lot of their own opportunities. So you would like to see that more, but we'll see if this Gravelords team, maybe they're in a slump. People have bad days on Rocket League, but this Gravelords team, man, they're going to be tough to consistently beat. And Whiteout still got to do it 3 more times.
Yeah, but Whiteout, luckily having Mayo, I was talking with a couple of people yesterday, a couple days ago, that they were saying that Mayo wasn't going to be able to make the game against Gravelords, and I was very much down and out. I expected Whiteout to not be able to turn anything into an upset without Mayo. And Whiteout, they do have their player. They got all 3 starters rostered. They got all the potential to upset here. And I say this, I talked to Flip a little bit about this. You know what I'm about to say is this Gravelords team is beatable. They don't do anything super special. They just play fast, they trust each other, and they usually play very consistently, and that is all they have needed, is a great play there from Gamebuster, able to get the beat and the bump on that last man, and Gravelords able to take the lead. They're not doing like double flip resets where they're beating out all 3 players at once, but they're just playing really consistent Rocket League, and when they are doing that, it's really hard to beat them, but it is possible. I know time and time again where a solid team can be beaten out by flashes of greatness, and I think that needs to come from Whiteout. I think that they have a similar playstyle, but I think they need to be just a little bit better, and I think they have the ability to do that, because I know Nuki, especially in Game 7, he played phenomenally, shutting down Kisby and being an absolute nuisance, and I know that Mayo had great games, and as I'm trying to gas this Whiteout roster up, they completely blow it for me.
Yeah, and it's a good touch by Gamebuster, but I feel like the back wall is kind of been a weakness here for the Whiteout. The first goal, Evan was on the back wall and jumped really early, allowing him to not get the ball. If he just stayed on the back wall, I feel like he would have had the boost to go get the ball and get the clear. And on that one, you see Nuki just drive up the back wall and your front post, and you're driving up the back wall. Like, that's just that's something I would see Flashy do, and that's just not what you want to see on the defensive end there, as Nuki's now going to hit that one to the side, and Whiteout, they have a 2-goal disadvantage. They're going to need to put some pressure on here, and it's been all Gravelords this game, as Afterburner are going to look to continue it. Gets the boost spawn that he definitely timed. That one now going to drop down, but Evan looking for the pass mid. Mayo a little bit in front of that ball, so has to play the 50, and Silver's going to be there to follow it up every time. Gamebuster been playing those 50s so well, but that's just what this Gravelords team does. They play the 50s really well. They play for each other really well, as Gamebuster once again going for the flip reset into the bump. Mayo able to get the save, and Silver taking this one all the way back. Knows he has some time. Knows he has some time to kill, as well as 3 minutes are left on the clock. Gamebuster going in the air once again, able to get the beat on one NK. Gonna get a nice control touch, and that's what you like to see, but the follow-up just not there. Silver gonna put that one in the back of the net, apparently, because it's a bad challenge here from Nuki, and that's just unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, NK looking to get it a little bit closer to his car. I think it was a little bit too hard for what he wanted. He wanted the full kill into the corner to keep it on the wall. Unfortunately, it pops back out. Silver reads it really well, gets an instant challenge. And NK tries to just cover and make a touch on it to make sure that it's not a free ball. into his half, but unfortunately it throws off Mayo, it throws off the rest of his team, and it's going to lead to a goal. And this might be another one as Nuki has to get back and is able to, but how long will they be able to hold on? This Gravelords roster has started to ramp it up. They've not really made those missed touches in the midfield that we saw in game number 2 that allowed Whiteout to take the victory. And, you know, this is the Gravelords that we normally see. Their dominance, they're able to put so much pressure on. They're able to have good follow-ups. They're able to take the ball basically off your car for little to no effort, and they steal the midfield boost. They steal the resources in your corners. They just, you know, whittle you down until you basically can't contest them any longer, and they just concede a goal. And so they've been playing very well in this game number 3, a good bounce back.
Can Whiteout find a way through at all this game? I'm asking for 1. They don't even, 3 would be great, but so far it's just not looking like it. Can they even get a shot on target? Because right now, 0 shots on target registered for them. The offense has been completely in Gravelords' favor, and will look to continue to do so. Mayo just pops that ball up to Silver, who has just been waiting on the back wall and waiting for Evan to miss that one, but the save does eventually come through. The shot from Gamebuster, not on target. Evan now looking for the counter. Goes high. Gamebuster doesn't have the boost. Evan towards the backboard, but Afterburner with a great double touch. And that's why people call him the best player in Rival, because he is just that guy. And Nuki looking for the follow, but guess who's back? It's the Afterburner. Maybe just showing off a little bit here, Ventus. I feel like he is the fastest player whenever he needs to be, and I feel like he times his challenges really well. So it's just so hard to get past him. Whenever you do think you're past him, there he is once again. So with 50 seconds remaining, we just gotta see this Gravelords team close this one out, go up 2-1, because this Whiteout team once again still 0 shots on net, and the offense that is so lacking. I just don't see them scoring 3 goals. In fact, I think we're going to see 1 more here from the Gravelords. A great pass from Silver, a great finish from Gamebuster. After getting, I think he went for a bump, and then he got the shot. He's just everywhere.
I mean, this Gravelords roster, this was their game to lose. I think they would have had to done a lot and make a lot of mistakes to allow Whiteout to get back into this. Whiteout, you talked about how their offense has been very lackluster. It seems like Nuki has kind of taken a step back. Mayo, not as many solo plays. His touches aren't as good as we saw in that Arrival series. And I think that overall, it's like Whiteout has taken a step back. They look kind of how they did in games 4, 5, and 6 for their series against Arrival, where they just kind of seemed a little bit lackluster. I feel like these 3 individually can do so much, and I think that they have the ability to do really well, and they at least get 1 for the road here, as Evan's going to get a quick shot off of a good pass from Mayo. But it's really just, this is the only time that they've been able to generate offense. This is the first shot that they have on net this game, and Gravelords are just completely smothering them and completely shutting them out. Whiteout gonna have to be a lot more aggressive. They're gonna have to trust that Evan is gonna be able to hold the back line, that Mayo is gonna be able to hold the back line in transition. You gotta play more aggressive. You gotta stay cheated up in the midfield. Look for the outlet passes. Look for ways to dissolve the pressure. Look for bumps in the midfield. Look for cuts in the midfield, just to try to relieve some pressure, because once they start getting, once Gravelord starts getting going and starts boost stealing and starving you in net, it's so hard to break out.
Yeah, and you know, there's one positive point for Whiteout here, and that is you're 100% shooting. And that's all the points I can give them. This was a dominant performance by Gravelords. They won, it feels like, every challenge in the midfield. One resulted in an own goal. That's how hard they won the challenge. And like you said, they're stealing all the boost. They're being annoying. I hate watching them play. It's all of the above, actually. This Gravelords team is just that good sometimes. And whenever they're on and they're clicking like that, Ventus, they're hard to beat. But they're not on all the time. We saw them falter. We've seen them falter. And I think here in Game 4, we can see them falter again. But like you said, you got to trust your last man. You can't just be clearing the ball away to no one downfield, not even getting a demo downfield. But Nuki's NK, whatever you want to call him, he's been the one downfield waiting for these passes, and it just hasn't been clicking so far. We'll see if they can fix it here in Game 4, as here. Nuki gonna beat out 2, but Silver gonna be the only one with boost and trying to get a pass on this one, but nobody gonna fall that one up. If Gamebuster has a free charge off the backboard, Afterburner's gonna have the shot. Gamebuster has to put that one away. Whiteout. Hello, Whiteout. Are we there? Can we go for the ball, please?
Just looks like NK not going to be able to find the read. You see them just kind of all waiting. You constantly need somebody to challenge, somebody to force, and you want that to be... I mean, you have 2 members with boost, so you could have it be the members with boost, but I prefer to have your player with little boost go and force a challenge so that they can rotate across, get some pads, be able to cut back in the midfield, and be able to go like that. As you see another pass, another shot attempt coming out, but this time there is the challenge. NK was there, and he does get the bump, and a mistouch there from Afterburner going to allow some pressure to be dissolved from the Whiteout half. And I mean, they just have not been able to break through. It seems like they're constantly getting outsped, they're getting beat out a lot, and even when we don't find passing plays connect like that one there from Silver to Buster to Silver, you just see the pressure still adding on. You see players with very low boost, you see players having to pre-jump, and you see players like Afterburner on the back wall, absolute beauty, able to put that one home off the redirect.
Yeah, and this is what Gamebuster does best. He feeds it to Afterburner. Yeah, that's about the story of his career. I can't say anything else. Gamebuster gonna dime up Afterburner on the back wall there. Gravelords doing what they want for, I mean, for free, it feels like. The punishment coming out from Whiteout, just, there's no real threat sometimes. And Afterburner gonna look for a follow there. It's gonna be Silver hitting that one towards the backboard. Afterburner couldn't get the bump. Instead, he's gonna take the boost once again and go for an air dribble play here. Going towards the midfield, gonna look for a follow-up bump, but Gamebuster can't shoot that one. Now it's gonna be Evan getting that ball cleared. Afterburner once again going in the air, and Whiteout just doesn't have the boost, doesn't have the follow, doesn't have the challenge. Mayo, the goal line save comes through, and Evan now with a nice pop. Gonna look for the follow-up, but no touch there. He gets the dunk though. Silver thought he had the save, but Evan is gonna be literally on top of that one.
Just a great dunk. Silver trying to just play it around him, maybe not expecting him to have any more boost to float, but he kind of puts it right into his car. Nuki going for bumps and demos as well, and Silver, this is what happens to the Gravelords though. If your last man back makes a mistake, both players are all the way upfield playing the optimistic touch, and when it comes through, it's very disastrous, and Silver kind of the perpetrator behind that one. But I mean, unfortunately, Gravelords don't make that mistake very often, and that is another mistake. Gamebuster not able to read the touch, but he's able to get the beat and read after Nuki's not able to get that one. And it's just, unfortunately, Whiteout seem to be outsped a lot. They seem to be panicking a lot. They seem to be lacking boost a lot, and this Gravelords roster just continues to lay on the pressure. Gravelords
just gonna benefit from, what did I just see? That's just not the touch Mayo ever gets. Like, that's not pressure, Vintage. This is the choke from Mayo, and that right there is just the first sign of it. And Evan gonna leave that one for Mayo. Mayo can get it right back. Could be a good save from Silver. That one off the backboard, and Silver's gonna be there once again. It's just that touch from Mayo. I'm still baffled because it looks like a counterattack. Nuki gonna put that one away. This Gravelords team, they're not having their best game. I think Whiteout's having their worst. Some of them.
Yeah, you know, unfortunately, you can't be on your game all the time, right, Flip?
Right.
You went to Game 7 with Ragtag and friends, so there are times, you know, there are games where you guys are not on. I remember very well you had a very big miss as third man that led to a goal, so, you know, maybe I'm just poking fun at you because I think it's funny. But this Gravelords team, you're right. They're not having their best game here. I mean, we saw plenty of mistouches coming out from them, but Whiteout, they're not able to capitalize. They're honestly getting worse touches. They seem to be slowing down. They seem to be panicking even more somehow. And even though they have come back into this game, we just continue to see that they're trying to play too fast for themselves. They're constantly trying to commit with zero. They're constantly trying to throw themselves at the ball in bad situations and bad challenges, and they're not there for each other. So when the passes or fakes do come through, the follow-up isn't there enough to beat out this Gravelords roster. And I mean, a great set of plays there, but unfortunately, Gravelords have just been able to get back. Whiteout, they had a great chance there. I really liked that they were finding each other, and they had good presence. but one save from Gravelords, it all falls apart.
Yes, but Evan now look over the counterattack. Gonna get the reset, but it's gonna go over to Mayo. Once again, though, Gravelords have the answer. I feel like they rotate so quickly back, looking to help each other out here. Silver gonna dive for that one. Mayo gets dunked, but NK gonna get the touch there. And Afterburner gonna try to challenge off the ceiling. Evan hits out one to the sidewall. Look over the clear, gets the fake on Silver, but gets bumped. Silver almost bumped his teammate, but instead it's gonna be demoed by NK. And he's gonna get the trade as well. Afterburner to the backboard, but that touch is gonna go towards the sidewall where Evan is waiting. Zero boost really, but still trying to get a touch upfield where NK hits out over the backboard. The fake, the shot, it's gonna be a slow one, but Mayo can have the follow off the crossbar, and it's out. The save coming through from Silver as well. Unfortunate set of events there for Whiteout. Definitely could have been a goal, but Gamebuster with the save into the follow from Silver, and Gravelords are still on top by one, but maybe not for long. Evan, can you put that one away? There it is, the double commit, and Gravelords, they are vulnerable.
Yeah, and I mean, just a misplay there. Double commit coming out from Afterburner and Gamebuster, and it happens. Gravelords have done this previously, and I'm glad that Whiteout was able to capitalize. They do tie up this game. They look faster. They had a lot of chances. They weren't able to find the back of the net, though, as there was always one player stingily keeping the goal occupied, but this isn't occupied. As a bump, getting rid of that player on defense this time. Evan, a great bump at Nuki, a good follow, and Nuki, a good bump, Evan, a good follow, and a good play by Whiteout. They go from down 0-3 to up 4-3 with 23 seconds left. Hopefully this is the win in their sails that they need. Hopefully this is the burst of the push that they need to get through, get this game and tie, or not, is it game 3? Yeah, no, tie back up the series, tie back up the series, yeah.
It's game 4, this one will be 2-2 and put even more pressure on this Gravelords team, where I think they're used to it, but it is still gonna be a close race here. Even if Gravelords are somehow able to come back, but Mayo gonna try to stop that attack immediately here as Gamebuster has to hit that one to this corner, not gonna get it up, and Whiteout's gonna win game number 4 there. Let's see. Whiteout won games 2 and 4. Gravelords won game 3 or 1 and 3. You think the trend continues here, Ventus? I mean, like, what are you thinking here? Because this is another one of those games where Gravelords tripping over themselves a little bit. You're seeing the faults in the defense. While the offense is there, the defense sometimes, the double commits come out, and you can see that really punish them.
Yeah, I think it's more so a testament to Whiteout. I feel like Whiteout has been speeding up. They've been keeping up pace of play-wise with Gravelords, which is very difficult to do. I feel like they're a very fast team. And so with Whiteout being able to keep up, being able to get some crucial beats as well, it's forcing Gravelords to really rethink their trust and really see whether or not they have that full support and that full trust at all times of the series, or is it just when they are up? Is it just when they have a 3-2 goal lead where they have the ability to just concede a goal and still be in the series? And so I think that it really, Whiteout had stepped up. I think that they're getting faster throughout this game. I think that hopefully it will be used to propel them to break the cycle. I know that there have been multiple trends where game 1 is won by the games 1, 3, 5, and 7 are all won by the same team, and hopefully Whiteout can break that streak, because I want to see the upset. I think that Whiteout has the ability to do it. I think that they are a very comparable team to this Gravelords team, and I mean, unfortunately, when Afterburner is just doubling it in your face, you're not going to be able to do that much, and that's the 185 out of the UR Afterburner. Maybe shouldn't have been in Rival League.
Yeah, Afterburner, he's that dude sometimes, and that is going to be a huge play there from him. And whenever Gravelords get on top early, it's whenever they can really start applying the pressure. Afterburner feeling a little bit confident now, going for that challenge there as Mayo on the sidewall going to try to get that ball clear, but Gamebuster was able to avoid the bump, and now it's just Nuki in the backfield. He's got Gamebuster going to hit that one off the ceiling. A touch there from Nuki was really well touched, and Silver is just going to have to give that ball away. Evan, look over the 50. That one's going to go back towards the midfield where Mayo's going to be up for it. Gets the beat on Gamebuster. Nuki in the corner going to try to play the touch, but Afterburner had that one read an hour ago. And Evan now on a 2-on-1. Just kidding, it's a 1-on-0. But guess who's back? Big Mayo. Thought he might not show up for the series, but out of nowhere he shows up in your face and gets that save there. Silver now looking for the pass over to Gamebuster. Huge save there by NK. Afterburner in the air, but the touch is going to get around Mayo. Mayo a little bit too cocky there, but Mayo has to pass this one back to his teammate. Silver had that pre-jumped and a block. Silver now going for off the ceiling. Looking for the ceiling shot. It's going to be there. And Silver puts his name on the board, saying it's not just the two-man team. He's here as well.
Yeah, and you just see a double commit coming out from Whiteout. Both of them waiting for a long time, then jumping. Not great communication between the two. You want somebody to jump early, somebody to play the shot. And unfortunately, Whiteout gonna concede because of that. Gravelords continue to put on their show of the odd games, right? They have taken games 1-3. They look to take game 5, and they were very dominant in game number 3. It seems like whenever there is a lull, Whiteout has to do their best to keep up even and take the game under a close one. But whenever Gravelords are back on, whenever they are ahead, whenever they get a lead and start trusting each other, they start to break away. But as I say that, Evan, a good 50, a good beat on that last man of Afterburner, and they put them closer to the tie. Gravelords, I still think they look better than game 4, but maybe so does Whiteout. They've been able to threaten that, and hopefully they can come back.
Yeah, Whiteout looking to come back here. AK gets a nice touch, but it's going to be game finding Afterburner on sidewall now. Afterburner going up into the air. Mayo gets beat out. Afterburner look for the double down. They're going to have his teammate there, but not there in time. The double there from After was beautiful, but now it's going to be a save coming out from Gamebuster. Nuki not able to get there, but still able to get some control, but Mayo on top of that one. And Evan all the way back, still 0 boost, and Afterburner going to look for the follow. Going towards the sidewall. Evan with a nice dunk there, and able to get a beat on Silver as well. That ball bouncing in the midfield, but it's going to be Gamebuster getting the beat. That one towards the sidewall. Afterburner going up. And Whiteout had a clear attempt there, but instead it's going to be After and Gamebuster once again just on top of that ball. Nuki getting a pop over Silver, but Afterburner's already there. Afterburner one touch, looking for the follow. The flip reset's going to come through back towards the Whiteout corner. Still 2.5 minutes of play remaining. A lot of Gravelords players committed here, and Evan going to try to take some control, but he gets demoed there by Silver. It's going to open Afterburner onto the sidewall. No boost left for Afterburner. Goes to Evan. Going to get demoed once again. The squad from Gravelords just taken out Evan. Now Gamebuster looking for the 50, but Evan's going to win that one. Nuki up in the air. Silver gets the beat. Now I'm going to be dropping down, and that a little bit awkward for Evan. Still trying to get that touch. Afterburner towards the sidewall. Able to get the double. Looking for one more, and Evan's going to have to be there. Gets a nice touch. Silver has to touch that one towards his own corner. NK now trying to get the follow. Gets the dunk, and that ball bouncing out to Mayo. Mayo just going to rip a shot here. Afterburner awkward on the back wall. Able to make the save still, and Evan going to try to take control. Gets a touch around one. Gets a dunk on Silver. Afterburner with 0 boost, but still going to have plenty of time for this ball. NK a little bit awkward. Just has to put a shot on target, and it's going to be Gamebuster saving that one away. After now with some boost. Able to get the dunk. Looking for one more touch as Evan sends that one up the corner. Gamebuster trying to clear that one out to his teammate. That one's going. It's going. Is it in? Mayo gonna make the save, and NK having to get a follow-up touch there, but Gamebuster looking to seize this opportunity to continue the Gravelords pressure here, extend their lead, looking to pass that one mid. Afterburner gonna grab that boost and turn immediately, hitting that one towards the backboard, looking for the double, has the flip reset. No, he doesn't. Silver gonna have the shot. That one's gonna be off target, and Gamebuster gonna not commit for that one. They're up a goal. They have a minute remaining. They cannot concede another one. Oh, but they just might. Silver can't get there. A huge shot from Evan, who is stepping up big here in game 5.
Yeah, that was such a great play there from Evan, getting the beat on 2, getting the beat on Gamebuster, getting the flake over Afterburner, and Silver pushed up very aggressively as that third man, expecting Afterburner to get a touch, just gonna play off of it. And when Gravelords get beat out and their team has so much faith in that they're gonna get the win, and play so optimistically, it creates holes in the rotation, and a great capitalization from Whiteout, a good shot there, but a crazy miss coming out from Evan, but a good recovery, able to get this one back into the Whiteout half. And I mean, NK just having to play this one away, just trying once again to break down the Gravelords, trying to not concede on their own net. And I think that Whiteout, they need to do more with their chances on offense. I've seen a couple times where Mayo or Evan have had a free shot on net. They do shoot it, but they could have had a lot more time. They had a pass option available to them as well, and I feel like if they had taken a slight control touch even, I think that they would be able to make it much more threatening, bait out a couple more players, but unfortunately that doesn't happen. Unfortunately, the Gravelords aren't able to take it. Neither team is able to take it. We have overtime in Game 5, a very important deciding swing match.
This one can be huge if you're Whiteout. NK not gonna grab the boost, but Mayo gets the demo onto Afterburner. Now NK, zero boost here, still able to get a flick pass too. Just Gamebuster back. He's a little awkward, had the pre-jump. The shot from Evan, gonna get saved away by Silver, and now it's gonna be Gravelords trying to look for the counterattack, but all of Whiteout are already back, and NK gonna hit that one, but it's gonna be Silver getting a great boost spawn. Mayo able to get the beat over to Nuki as Afterburner gets a double to his own corner. Really awkward here for Gamebuster, doesn't get the touch. Mayo across, it's on target actually, but it's getting saved away by Silver. The backboard was open, but no shot coming through here for Whiteout. Mayo now gonna hit this one off the sidewall. Look for the follow-up touch, but Gamebuster had that one red, and Afterburner has an open shot. Where is the defense? I don't know, but Afterburner gonna take that one for free.
Unfortunately, Gravelords just take advantage. Whiteout playing so aggressive. They were trying so hard to convert a goal-scoring opportunity. Mayo not the best of touches. A double commit coming out between him and Nuki. The third man so far committed that they or so far upfield that they have to commit on a ball like that instead of letting his teammate cut and not overcommit. And Whiteout, they do concede their Gravelords an open net to win the game. They put themselves on match series point, however you want to say it. And man, I thought it was going to go Whiteout's way. I thought that they were playing better than Gravelords throughout that game. And unfortunately, Gravelords, the lockdown defense was too much. They were just able to wait out the overcommit from Whiteout. They were able to just get one long clear, and the trust from Afterburner to stay in the midfield, stay upfield when his teammates were back, caused them to be able to score that one. And I mean, it might have been an open net, but it's still the trust that Gravelords has is a double-edged sword, right? It's worked out so well in their favor, but it's also led to some goal-scoring opportunities for Whiteout, so definitely one to watch out for.
Yeah, and now Gravelords need to win this one, because Game 7 is not something you want to see if you are the favored team. Gravelords trying to put this one away here on Forbidden Simple. Can they do it? That is a question. Whiteout trying to make some magical things happen here as Mayo hits that one towards the backboard. The double not going to come through as Gamebuster had that save. NK just going to get a pop, but it's going to be a free touch for Game. Afterburner just needs to put that one on targets. And that touch from Yuki, that's a touch. That's what that was.
I mean, it's definitely what it is. Might have been something that led to a goal for the Gravelords, unfortunately, and you know, your third man as well, very close to each other. Evan playing really far up as well, playing very aggressively, having to go on that back pass from NK, so even though it wasn't the best, his position still had to make him go anyways, and even though he was arguably probably going to lose that challenge no matter what, you still had to go because the pass was there. It was probably calmed and called as well, and NK trying to make up for it as he's trying to get a double tap, but that one is not going to find the back of the net, and Evan trying to get another one going, but he's not going to be able to find that one target either. Whiteout need to get some more offense going. We've seen that they have lacked offense throughout this series, and they need to get something going in the long run, but Silver's going to help him out, I guess, as he's just going to dribble it into his own net. Whiteout going to be able to luck out on that one. Afterburner double commits Silver. Just kind of dribbles past him and beats his own teammate out, and Whiteout somehow miraculously tie it.
That's not miraculous. That is Forbidden Temple talking here, as Whiteout gonna benefit off of that own goal. Nuki gonna say thank you very much. Now, can Whiteout take the lead is the question here. There's still 4 minutes of game remaining here. Evan gonna try to pop that one towards the corner. It's gonna be a free touch though for Silver. Looking for the follow, but Nuki gets the nice beat. The shot from Mayo. It's there. It's fast and it's good.
It's a great play from the Whiteouts. I mean, such speed, able to get the beat on Silver. The follow-ups there as well. Gamebuster a little bit awkward. Afterburner cheating upfield once again. The faith in his teammates becomes a double-edged sword. Gamebuster a little bit over-rotates, over-commits to the front post, expecting a 50 from Silver, maybe being able to follow it if it is a close 50. And Silver trying to cover up this mistake, or these couple mistakes. But unfortunately, a great save there from the Whiteout roster is going to be able to keep them still in the lead. And the Gravelords, we might start to see them panic a little bit. I know that usually they're not ones to do that, but we saw it a little bit in Game 2 when they were down. We saw it a little bit in Game 4 when they were down. And I think that their double commits might become more apparent. They might be making more mistakes as Gamebuster not able to get that touch anyways, as another player from Whiteout having to challenge this one. Another clear goes away. A passing play maybe as Mayo looking to try to dish this one back. He's looking for the pass. NK's there. The shot is on target, and that's a beautiful play from Whiteout. The pass is connecting all throughout their transition from third man in their own backline to first man with the shot there, and a great play from the Whiteout. They take it 2-1 and much needed offense, and you know that's what you want to see. We want to see Game 7.
Gravelords not able to answer to this Nuki offense now, as that one's going to hit the sidewall. It's going to be Mayo getting another long clear. Afterburner going to have to send this one off his own backboard, not able to get the Psycho that I think he was going for, as Evan going to leave that one. Afterburner had that red, but Mayo's going to have the shot. The shot, though, is very, very weak. That could have been a counterattack for Silver. As now Silver looking to hit that one off the backboard. Nuki with a nice touch. That one going to be bouncing really awkwardly here for Gamebuster. Still able to get a dunk there onto Mayo, but maybe in favor of Whiteout here, as Afterburner pings that ball up high, looking for the double. That one off the crossbar. Silver gonna pop that ball up high, and still a shot there from Game. Gonna go wide. That's the kind of goals Gravelords always get. But now Whiteout gotta capitalize on this opportunity. They're up by 2. They can't give up an easy one here. Make them work for it. Afterburner shot gonna get saved away by Nuki. Evan gonna get the clear. That one gonna be followed up by Gamebuster. Passing over to Afterburner. That one towards the backboard. That ball bouncing down. Doesn't have the read, and Gamebuster should have a shot here. That one gonna get saved away by Nuki on the goal line once again. Whiteout holding on, holding strong. 2 minutes remaining here. Evan gonna hit that one towards the corner. Zero boost to work with. He doesn't care. He's gonna pick up that 100. Mayo's gonna go for this one. Hit it around 1. That ball heading off the ceiling. Evan has the read. Evan with 1 touch. Mayo looking for a follow, but it's gonna be sent the other way. Nuki with the 100 boost grab, but it's gonna be a pass out. Gamebuster shot good, but the own goal even better. I think it was actually off target, and I think this was Evan putting that one away.
Yeah, Gamebuster really lucking out there. Had another open net that he put off target, but Evan is there for the help out and the bailout, if you will. Gravelords had an own goal, and now Whiteout returned the favor, and that might be a kickoff goal, but Mayo is able to get the clear. Mayo able to get the follow-up as well, but Afterburner is there looking for a control touch, looking for the B, gets the reset, looking for another, but he's going to get stuffed out by a double commit by Nuki. And this ball popping out high. Silver, not a great touch. Falls right to Mayo's hands. Mayo just has to beat out one, but Afterburner not falling for any tricks. This is going to be an overcommit from NK, and that Afterburner will tie up the game. And NK, Nuki, however you want to say it, pushes up way too hard. Afterburner doesn't fall for the fake. Says you're either going to flick it past me or I'm going to score, and he scores. He turns that from a 0% play to an 100% goal for Gravelords.
That one was the play for Whiteout to kind of put the dagger in and send Mayo. Mayo, I don't know what's going on, but the demo comes through from Evan, a huge one, as that ball going to be bouncing down, but no shot is going to be there for Gravelords. NK now, they hit this one up. Gamebuster already up in the air, just floating, has that one beautifully read, but it's going to be Mayo on the follow, but a huge dunk there from Silver in the midfield. A minute remaining on the clock. Tied game here. Whiteout, it's not like they're losing, so it's, we still have plenty of time here if you're Whiteout. You don't need to panic. Silver with a not great touch there. Gonna have to be followed up by After, and Mayo gonna look for the dunk, and 2 players here from Whiteout in the backfield as NK pops that ball up high off the ceiling, gets the dunk as well. Afterburner gonna have to get a follow up on that one as Mayo gets the 50 in the midfield. That ball rolling well here for Whiteout, but Evan didn't have the read. Some team bumps come through, just some friendly love, some tough love, but might result in the playoff chances going goodbye. Gamebuster doesn't get the reset, doesn't get the touch. Maybe he has the shot, though. Evan gets the save on the goal line. 0 boost on the side of Whiteout, and Silver puts them away.
Yeah, and you gotta think about how that team bump absolutely killed all the momentum Whiteout had going for them. Mayo gets the bump on his own team, then gets demoed for it, then it's awkwardly popping into the midfield, the shots coming through, the saves coming through, but unfortunately it was too much and too little too late for the Whiteout roster. They could not handle the pressure. They had 0 boost. Evan trying to get a shot on target. That one almost saved last 10 seconds. It looks like NK trying to pop this one. Evan looking for a redirect, but that cleared away past Mayo. No one back. Clock ticking 0. NK having to pop this one up high. Buster just trying to kill this one. Mayo trying to catch it, but is not going to be able to. Gravelords steal game number 6 to to win this series. Unfortunate turn of events for this Whiteout roster. I thought that they were going to be able to force the Game 7. I thought that we were going to see them go the distance. I thought that they would be potentially able to upset the Gravelords, but I mean, honestly, Flip, you got to be a little bit happy looking at this series, looking at how Gravelords played and saying, look, they were not perfect in this series, and I think if they play like they did today, we're definitely going to be able to take it to them. We're going to be able to put up a fight and beat them, and they got to play much better now that they have made the grand finals. They got to step it up once again. They got to try to do better to complete their complete season, but congrats to them for this win today. I thought that they played very well, but it shows once again this, even though they are the 1 seed, even though they're undefeated, they do bleed, they do make mistakes, and unfortunately Whiteout just made a little bit too many.
Gravelords, I called it earlier in the season. I was going to be the one to break their perfect season, and I think it's going to happen, but we'll have to find out next week. That's whenever all the grand finals are getting played, Ventus, and that's going to do it for all the semifinals. We have all the grand final matchups ready here, Ventus, and let's just real quick run through them, because I mean, why not? We got a little bit of time. We got a little bit of time. In the Titan League, we got Nebula facing off against Phoenix. Nebula with a huge run here, Mickey run, by the way. And now we've got Pineapples versus Gravelords, another Mickey run by the Pineapples there. So again, in the Cali League, though, you got Venom Griffins, which I think it's going to be hard to top that semifinal series between Dissolved and Venom, but this Griffins team, they look primed and ready to do it. Origin versus Gladiators here, after Gladiators barely won that Game 7, and they are looking to take it to Origin, but this Origin team is looking so strong. And finally, in the Novice League, Diffusion Gorgons is going to be a good one as well. But Ventus, that's going to do it for our semifinals. Thank you guys all for watching this week in the Nemesis Gaming League. We got the semifinals out of the way. Next week is the last week for this season 13, as we have all the grand final matchups. Monday, I believe, is the Novice and Prospect Leagues, and then Wednesday is Chally, Rival, and Titan. And Ventus, if that's all we've got, I think we're ready to head out of here.
Yeah, just really quickly, we want to thank our premium subscribers.
Oh,
I don't know if we have that graphic. We
I don't know if we have that graphic, but we do want to thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you guys for all the subs. If you are a premium subscriber in the Discord, thank you so much. We could not do this without you. So shout out to everybody that helps help Nemesis run. So shout out to Mayo for stepping up and streaming. But with that, we'll catch you guys later. We'll see you guys back on Monday. Deuces.